been a long time. It's been a long time, but your boy back. Your boy back, man. I didn't expect to be doing no videos until like April. I had to put for this video, I put the whole setup back up. It took me a day and a half to get everything back to the way it was supposed to be, but I appreciate y'all. But let me get back into my rhetoric the way I normally do it. Welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host. Oops, the Great. Man, listen, we gotta talk about this. Anything tied to real ninja activity, because you know it's early in the video. Tap me in, because I'm gonna keep it a bean, and everybody not really doing it. But I appreciate y'all showing up for another smoke break while we talk about this hip hop thing, or hip hop adjacent. It's hip hop adjacent because it ain't got nothing to do with no hip hop. We'll call it this street thing. We'll call it this street thing. Because I found this very interesting. But please like, comment, subscribe. Help me take care of the YouTube police. You see it at the bottom of the screen. Keeps them out of the business of while we smoking, drinking, doing whatever we do, what we talk about, whatever we talking about. They ain't in the business. My incident away. I know a couple of cats find that and know that, man, you got incense going and everything. What's going on with you? It's my vibes, bro. It's just be my vibes. But let's not waste too much time. Let's get into this Corey Holcomb, Anton, whatever his name is, situation, because I find it hilarious. And the funniest part about it is everybody seems to be missing the point. Beyond the conversation, because the conversation itself was some bull jive. I gotta use weird words for like 3.5, 4 more minutes, and I can talk the way I want to talk. But we passed the conversation part. The conversation itself in the episode didn't matter. From the word go, nothing was ever going to get resolved. And I'm gonna get to that in my final smoke or whatever. But let me throw the ears on. We're gonna get to this reaction. I got a couple of clips lined up. I got 3 clips lined up, so you can see the difference. For one, the difference a day make. The difference a day make, because everybody initially, the night this happened, was hot. Everybody temperature kind of echoed the same sentiments, but now the time done passed and reaction videos and came out and people said they this, that, and the third. It seemed like everybody switching up their viewpoints, which is weird. If you're gonna say something, stand on it. But let's get to these reactions, man. Let me throw the ears on. Switch the screen up on me. Here we go. So I'm going to start with Glass of Malone. I always try to make sure I get a viewpoint that's more indicative of the video at hand that I'm reacting to, and this is his wheelhouse as far as how you supposed to conduct yourself as a man in these type of situations. So let's get to it. But y'all do see the question at the bottom of the screen. If it was you, how would you have handled this particular situation? Feel free to comment in the comment section, but without further ado, let's get to it.
Okay, you gonna
That's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me, because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of black people right now.
That was it.
I skipped a lot of the argument because I forget the fluff. Let's forget the fluff. Let's get to the business. The first section that people hemming and hawing about was this little interaction right here. Because he said, you kissing them folks backside. That's what the man said. Now, My background, I'm in management. I'm in retail management. I've been in retail management for a very long time. I understand what Corey meant when he said that. I feel like it's more of a corporate insult than anything else. I guess you can kiss the backside of an everyday person too, so I could be wrong. But I didn't find, to me, and I want to know how people really feel about it, because nobody's answering these type of questions. How do people feel about that part? Because people are saying, I want to debunk a lot of this stuff. People are saying Corey disrespected him first. If you conduct yourself as, I'm looking at the time to make sure I can talk. And there's that second. If you conduct yourself as an ass kicker, as an ass kisser, and people call you out on it and call you exactly what you held yourself to be, is that an insult? I don't think it is. Comparative to you said I'm sucking D of whatever, is zero dark dirt. That was zero dark dirt. So I want to get rid of out the gate. This was the first thing I wanted to get rid of. Comparing them two, stupid. Stupid. You can't compare calling somebody an ass kisser. Let me be more specific. Calling a man an ass kisser to calling a man a D sucker. Because there's that connotation to you calling a man a D sucker, you basically calling him a homosexual. And that ain't nothing to be played with. Ever. Ever. That ain't never cool. That ain't never sweet. Let's go.
Right
that was it.
That
was a pop fly. That was a pop fly right there.
You couldn't say
that was a
kissing
pop
ass
fly.
back to me.
He's out.
That's a pop fly.
No. It was a fuck the strikeouts. He just popped the ball up and it's out. It's out. It's over. He's out of here. Knock him out of the shoe.
That's dive over Darlene fight.
That's it.
Wait a minute. I got a quick question.
No, look at Darlene's face though.
Again, this was the initial reaction to what happened. So you listen, everybody saying, you look, if you're on your phone, you can't see the comments. But I'm telling you, all throughout the comments, everybody re-uttered the same sentiment. Oh, ball game. Get him. Even me. I'm not about to act like I was Mr. Reasonable. No, at that point, bro, we got to chuck him. I'm still kind of in that same camp right now. And I'll dive more into that as we go along. But right there, forget everything else. Forget the conversation. The moment you decided to call me a dick sucker, it's over. I didn't understand why he kept asking him, say it again, any of that. Why do you need to hear insult hear an insult again if it's already predetermined that those are fighting words? Let's continue with the reaction.
Yeah, she needs to get out the way.
Like she's about to get dove over. She said,
That's dive over. That's dive over Darlene.
The only thing, when I watched this video before, right? And I said that was his response to saying that he was an ass kisser. So your response to me saying you were an ass kisser, you saying I was sucking.
That's not a response.
That's what he thought it was, though.
No, it wasn't.
No, I do think he thought that trap. Whether they disagree or not, he definitely thought that.
No, he didn't.
He tried to. He's mirroring what he's doing. He said kiss ass, and he said suck dick. He's trying to take it up a
mirror
notch.
He looking in, because that ain't mirroring.
That's how the trolls do. They mirror what you do, and then they take it up a notch.
They're gonna go lower. They're gonna go lower than you.
It's crazy.
that 1 minute exchange shows that when you walked in here, your point was for me to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Or for you to show other people that I wouldn't punch you in the face.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what backs his sentiment. This man made it clear. He's from where? Detroit, right? Listen, I'm a hop, skip, and a jump, and I might not even need to jump to be in Detroit. I kick it in Detroit. Detroit is one of the many cities I love. I love cities that don't apologize for being black. Detroit carry their blackness the same way a Chicago does, a New York does, a Cleveland, inner city Cleveland, Cuyahoga County. Like, I love that because every area is not like that, like a Memphis. Even though Memphis is extreme, but I love when we love being us. I promise you this. That man know better. If you gonna claim you from Detroit, then act like you from Detroit. And one thing a Detroit dude ain't gonna do, we're not playing with no dick sucker. That phraseology will get you on a milk carton. So he understands the seriousness of what he said. There was no parallels between calling somebody a dick sucker and calling somebody an ass kisser. Calling somebody an ass kisser is just simply stating you are lacking individual thought. You ride the coattails mentally of someone else. Incapable of leading yourself. That's it. That's it. That other thing is performing a sexual act on someone of the same sex. No fly zone. No fly zone.
Yeah.
What's his dude name again?
If you got both,
Anton.
yeah.
Anton. Yeah, okay.
Yo, L, they said that he used to be on the what's his name?
He was on Clubhouse. He did not have that many followers like that. He was talking to
because
niggas.
White people are not on Clubhouse.
He tried to bond with niggas. Niggas was very
listen,
they rejected him.
I don't need this clip number. We only need this clip number. I want to get all my clips out the way, so that way we can talk about what I really want. I want to get to the nuts and bolts without making this video too long. I got another clip. We can get rid of that. That was Glass and Malone. We're going to come back to him. But I'm going to switch up. I want to go to Wayno. Because Wayno said something I find very valuable. I'm glad he said it. I'm glad I caught it. So we're going to check out Wayno. If you're not familiar with Wayno, definitely check him out. To describe Wayno, he's the perfect blend of adult thinking, but still knowing where you come from. Like, Wayno's not a rah-rah, I'm in your face type of person, but he also, you can catch it if you need to. He not above it, but he not after it. So we're going to check out Wayno and his 2 cents.
Is your man Anson is now campaigning like he's some sort of martyr for black Republicans. He stood up. He ain't going for it.
Phone like this. That's the honest to God on everything. That was shaking like a stripper, bro. I know people don't know this, but that's what I do. I don't talk about it online. I shoot fair ones
He shoot fair ones all the time. That's what he do. Now, here's the situation.
I'm going to call Cap real quick. Can I get a solo shot real quick? I'm going to call Cap on that. People who are known for beating on shit, knocking cats out, really swinging them, it reverberates really fast. We would know him as that caliber of cat. Think about this. He said, "That's what I do." So we're supposed to take his word for it. But on the flip side, it's the reason I use somebody like a Glass of Malone. Have y'all seen him beating on something, knocking fools out, whatever whatever phraseology you want to use on camera? The way he carry himself, his presence, the way he speaks just reaffirms the idea in your head. Like, oh, the way he go about stuff, he might have, then did some things. Nothing about this Anton dude harkens back to me that he just that dude. Like, oh, you see him coming, you cross the street. So I don't like that he talking like that. And when I put it all together at the end, y'all gonna understand why I think that's really bad for Corey, because of the way he set up his overall image or brand. But I want to get some more of this Wayno real quick.
Corey is trying to have some sort of conversation with him. Like I said before, I'm going to say it again. That conversation was not about no progress. There was no way possible that conversation was going to lead to any of, or each of them coming to some sort of understanding, agreements, them saying, hey, you got your viewpoints, I got mine. Let's agree to disagree, but we still could be cordial. That shit was smoke from the exact beginning. But now, your man Anton, he on some shit. He's on the campaign. He's talking about Corey and how Corey's shaking. Now, my thing when it comes to that shaking shit is this. Somebody shaking don't necessarily mean that they scared. It could just come from frustration. I don't think Corey was scared of Anton. I do believe that at the point where it started to get serious, he started to rethink the shit he was saying. And naturally so, right? He's on his platform. Does he want to crash out and all of that? No.
I hate the word crash. I'm telling y'all this. Phrase.
What's there any difference between that and young people that people complain about? I see people all the time talk about, this generation, they ain't like us, and this generation, it's the same shit. Y'all might as well been on no jumper. Listen, your man Anton, though, he's going to keep popping shit because the court of public opinion is now in session.
3 brothers, nephews, friends. If we have a problem, we shoot a fair one.
Yeah.
That's not me being tough. I'm not tough. I'm not none of that shit. Let me be very clear. I want to be very, very clear. I want you to hear it from me directly. I would have beat the shit out of Corey.
Now all he talking about is what he would have done. How do we know that? Now, I do believe, regardless to me not agreeing or fucking with anything this man got to say, that he did handle him in an appropriate way. Because at the point, like I said, at the point where it's past, he done apologized 2 or 3 times, you keep harboring on it, you keep wanting to say things, but he challenged you, he called you out, let's go over here. And yeah, he have security and all that. Man, ain't nobody about to let their gun off in there. Like, I wish people would stop thinking that having security that have gun licenses mean that they have a license to shoot. Or they got...
We don't need no more of that. I just wanted to get to that part. Because everybody mentioning security. What the security gonna do? What was the security gonna do? For one, my thing with the security, I find people with security to be scary. It's my 2 cents. If you don't agree, that's cool. It's my 2 cents. People with security is scary. I'm talking regular, everyday folk. If you ain't no Uber millionaire to where you might get abducted, kidnapped, some ransom type, like something crazy, Why you got security, bro? People get security because sometimes they need somebody to cover their hind parts when they get outside, decide to pop their shit. That's why people get security. We all know in everyday life, somebody, and I'm going to get to this next clip, and then I can tell y'all why I think people missing some things. We all know people in our everyday life who pop more shit than a little bit. Pop more shit than a little bit. I mean, certified chest beaters. No security whatsoever. We all know one or two cats in our own respective neighborhoods who go beyond popping their shit. They actually beat on shit. I mean, binking motherfuckers in the face, jaw, all type. Every neighborhood got a Debo. No security. I think celebrities, I don't even want to call them celebrities. I think all this extra limelight people get from streaming, they built up amassed this following, this cult following or whatever, and to help sell that image of, yeah, I'm somebody important, they get the security. Primarily for one, like I said, they don't want to have to go about backing up the rhetoric that they spew. That's it. I hear everybody talking about, hey, he said he wanted to go outside. He wanted to chuck him. Why would you go out at that point? What's the point of going outside with somebody who got security? So your security could take the fade? Because everybody keep giving this man credit. Oh, he wanted to swing with him off camera. How you know that? What proof you got that man know how to fight? Or he willing to fight his own battles? Which leads me to this. Final video. Final clip. And then we're going to get into the conversation I want to have. We are back to Glass and Malone, but this is the reaction. This is after the fact. This was actually yesterday, Friday. This is where I'm at now. I got here not too long after I watched the original altercation a couple of times. It was too many things that didn't add up. And I'm about to tell you in a minute. I want to get this out of the way. This last one. Let's go.
People keep talking about the security had a gun. That don't mean nothing. You can't shoot nobody in California. That don't matter. Y'all gotta stop making excuses for punk ass behavior. Oh, the bag.
You say that's the reason why Corey didn't do nothing to him, but the security guard was there?
No, that's what they said.
I wanted the security guard even stepped up to like just in case the shit was gonna happen.
It don't matter. Corey didn't look at it.
I know that security guard don't want to.
You look at the security guard when it came on camera though. If that was content. That was content.
That might have been content. That might have been content.
Yeah.
I think y'all thought
that, but when y'all didn't say it, I didn't. Because y'all
are comfortable.
everything is content.
I thought about it after the whole thing.
That was content. Because I never thought Corey would be in the middle of some content.
Hold on. Before we go down this road, I want y'all to just give it a second. Give it a beat. Let the sister say what she about to say. Because when she said it, it made me think like, am I just saying that to make myself feel better?
What?
I never thought Corey would be in the middle of some content like that. Not like stage, like I heard him say shit, but being in the middle of some content is crazy.
I think y'all just feel comfortable with the idea that it was content. I think y'all are trying to self-soothe. Y'all trying to self-soothe the fact that y'all can't believe he didn't punch that nigga.
It's not the fact that I don't think he didn't punch him. I never thought because of that. I'm saying even Anton, to let a man come stand over you without standing up. Your natural thing when somebody starts to walk over you, especially after you know you disrespected them is to stand up.
All right.
But you also know when you stand up, that means it's time to fight.
Yeah, we might be rationalizing it.
Y'all are.
Yeah,
because I think Corey's face was genuinely surprised. Yeah. Like he would have to be like Oscar level actor to be able to act that out. The way he was like,
he's a pretty good actor.
The way he slowed it down, like I don't do that. You could tell he was trying to process what was going on.
Corey for sure clutched his pearls in his mind.
Shout out to Miles. Thank you for the $2. Corey got injured months ago. He timid right now. Maybe that's something. But I still don't understand why would Anton allow him to stand up and walk over him.
And Corey,
I didn't think about that part. That's the last little video I got. And now we could talk about it. Now we could really talk about it. We needed some context and a couple of different little vantage points. But I didn't think about that. Because originally my thought was, why move? You know what? We can get straight to it. Let's get to the final smoke. Yeah, I could talk about it now. Wait for our little moment we can smoke it. We talk about this. Now we can smoke and talk about it. We can smoke and talk about it. Pull this down a little bit. Here's my questions that I have. And y'all let me know if y'all had these same questions when y'all saw the altercation or when you played it back or whatever the case may be. Maybe we at the same spot. Maybe we difference. We got some differences, whatever. We're going to figure it out. My lighter don't never work when I want to. I just lit this incense. First, my first issue with this whole thing, one thing I want to get away from, I don't think, so I've gone back and forth now. I don't think this show started off as just content. I don't think Corey is that type of cat to drum up something for views and clicks. I think he's arrogant in himself to think he's good enough. Him and his crew is good enough to make things pop. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he went about making this a content thing by any means. But I do think Anton did. I think Anton came in with that being the game plan from the word go. From the word go. Because from his vantage point, all he got to do, and if you want to go look at how he's reacting to the situation now, beating his chest. I went into the lion's den and slayed the lion. Anton got exactly what he wanted. He got exactly what he wanted. All he had to do is go in there and talk his talk. And as long as nothing happened to him, he was gonna come out the victor. Now all his little MAGA folks, the black MAGAs, he's their champion now. Look, he went into the lion's den and beat his chest and talked this talk, and nothing happened to him, and they couldn't refute nothing he said, and he just had to, he played it. Kudos to bro. I don't like him, but kudos to him. He played Corey. That's what we need to establish out the gate. He played Corey, and Corey let it happen. Corey should never had him on that show. That's the biggest problem with this whole situation. Corey should have never had him on the show. Because nothing was ever going to get solved. There was never going to be any real dialogue, no real debate, none of that. That's not even homies. For one, Corey's not. The way Corey talks is not suited for political topics. Like, I just don't think that's his wheelhouse. I'm proud of him for being willing to talk about stuff that a lot of people don't talk about. So kudos to him for that. But I just don't think he's that guy. So it was a mismatch from the beginning. Corey's brand, to me, is urban truth. He talks about the things that go on in our community that we don't like to talk about. The things that make us uncomfortable. That's what made his comedy shows so fire to go to, because the men are sitting there, they bigging up on what he talking about, positive men. It's been more of a don't give in to women in a simpish way. You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of that. So to see him even sign up for this was crazy. Now, fast forward past that. He's there now. He's on the show. I didn't see a plan on Corey's behalf to contain, what's his name, Alton, and his antics. Like, he should have never did that show without another brother there. Period. Regardless, all the people he's had on his show over the year, and I'm a Corey fan. I go all the way back to when Corey was on RMC, was it RMConair.com? Like, so I've followed Corey a long time. You don't bring on a potential problem onto the platform without suitable backup to keep the trains on time, to keep everything flowing. You make it harder for Alton or whatever the band name is. You make it harder for him to make a scene. Maybe he walked in ready to try to 1v1 Corey, but can you come at Corey if he got one of his mans in there or two of his mans in it? Like, I think that would have been the only way Corey could have either minimized what happened or diffused it out the gate. So that's Corey's fault. So it's Corey's fault for having him on there. It's Corey's fault for not having a plan of how to deal with him once he was on the show. Now, once the back and forth got to going, the moment Corey moved out of that seat and got Darlene up out of there, he should have approached that with the mindset of, we gotta fight. No matter where you at, Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, LA, Memphis, Houston, it don't matter. Once you are in another man's space, in another man's bubble like that, and you already talking with a high voice, we already going at it. Once you enter that space, that's it. We just signed the contract for a fight. So how you not sit that man on his pockets is beyond me. It's beyond me. Corey's supposed to put that man on his pocket. I've seen comments and all the other stuff, watching all these different reactions saying, hey, Corey already got some legal issues and he's been sued and this, that, and the other. Okay. That goes back to the first problem. You put him on the platform. You didn't have to. Once you welcomed in a potential problem, that means you welcome the negative consequences that may come with it. That's it. Let's stop walking around it. Once you say, yeah, fly on out, come on. In your mind, you should have said, hey, I might have to put my hands on this dude. If you wasn't going to have a plan, like I said, to help contain his rhetoric, then your plan by default was, I'm going to have to put hands on this man. And it makes me wonder now, because of the type of messaging and branding that Corey carries. Because again, I've been to one of his shows before. His shows are fire. I promise you they fire. And watching uncomfortable couples is hilarious to me anyway, because every show of his, the couples that ain't overly secure and where they at in life be, it looks so odd. It looks so uncomfortable because it don't be me. I find it hilarious. I find it funny. I find it funny every time. But it has me wondering now. And y'all tell me what y'all think. While y'all like, comment, and subscribe and all the other stuff, make sure you get in the comments and tell me, do you think this will affect how people react to Corey's stand-up? Because it's a lot of vibrato. I hope I said that right. I feel like I said it wrong. But it's a lot of vibrato in the way Corey talks, the way he delivers his jokes. And I'm wondering, does it mean his act won't play as well as it was for all this time? Because we just watched, whether y'all want to admit it or not, we just watched Corey get punked. Don't confuse that with me saying Corey is a punk. I'm saying this is a moment where he allowed someone to punk him. I don't care if you got to go get one of the homies that everybody keep a homie that is kind of like a crash out. You go get somebody who's normally on the show, you go get Crash Out, bro. The one that's quick to say, hey, you ain't gonna be talking to my mans like that. Bing, bing, bing. Ma. Like, we all got one. Everybody got one. So I'm interested to see how people react to Corey now. Because so much of what makes him him is that a lot of black people, whether you like him or not, you kind of like, okay, he hood nigga comedian, keep it 100. And that was always kind of like his branding. Like, I keep it 100. I'm solid in these streets. Cats know what it is with me. Cats don't come at me sideways because they know what I do. They know who I know. If that's your tone, if that's the words you keep saying, you know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm about. You know where I came from. You know who I'm around. Well, the moment came, and that meant nothing. All those people you around, all those people you know, all the stuff you would do, it equated to nothing in that moment. And I hate that for it. Because it's like he laid up this easy win for this little dude. Alton, Aiden, whatever, bro. Like, the black people that's making us look weird just caught themselves an easy dub. They just caught themselves an easy body. Side note, I don't flick this leaf. This. I don't flick this lighter like 15 times. take forever. It got fluid, but it's a cheapie. Whatever. That's what happened on these little smoke breaks, man. I be sitting here smoke with y'all, talk about these random topics or whatever. But I had to chime in on this one. Because Corey's, the way people view Corey, it's been consistent for a long time. Raunchy comedian, kind of urban street comedy, maybe come off a little anti-woman. He always pro-black men. It's one thing that can't ever get confused with him. He's always pro-black man. I'm shocked. I didn't see this happening to Corey. I really thought, because when I first watched the video, I'm thinking, oh, Corey about to give it to him. I saw it. Once I saw him move that chair, I'm like, Corey about to go on this man bread basket. And then it played out how it played out. I don't think either one of them wanted to fight, though. We can end on this little thought right here. I don't think either one of them wanted to fight. I'm gonna harken back to something Homeboy said. Corey's hands was, he ain't lying. I seen some nerves. Sign of nerves, whatever. I'm not saying he was scary. He could have been just agitated with the moment. I will say this, though. Ain't nothing sweet ever about when you get into confrontations, the first thing you do is say where you from. That's soft. Because if your name really rang out, cats will already know who you are. There's more power in silence than anything else in them kind of moments. But I gotta tell you who I am for. I suspect you should already know. If you don't, well, that's a mistake on you. So getting into an altercation and the first thing you do is run to the city you from. And some of y'all from the hood, unless you doing this with somebody from a different hood, I don't understand it. And even in that situation, you should be so big in your hood that, hey, you know me. But that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. I wanted to just tap in on this. And this was a setup. It was content on old boy's side of things. I don't think Corey wanted it for content. I think Corey approached it with a terrible plan. Actually, he approached this whole situation with no plan at all. And that's the problem. Corey should have had at least one person there, if not two. If you're going to have somebody there, you want somebody there that's cool with sliding for their man. You know what I'm saying? So that way you ain't got to. Because he came with security. What if him and his security was on dummy time? And it's just Corey and Darlene. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the main thing I take from this is if you're going to have somebody on your platform, be prepared for what you inviting. If you're inviting something that's going to be a problem, make sure you have suitable problem solvers just in case that becomes a thing. But I'm Oops Great. This is Kush Equilibrium. Appreciate y'all pulling for another little smoke break while we talk about, what's going on out here in these here internet streets. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna get back to the content. I'm gonna get back to it. But I appreciate y'all.
Katie.